Hey, what's going on YouTube? Raj here. Hope you guys are doing well. Today I'm back with a fragrance article video. These are some videos, if you don't know, which I like to do from time to time. I might find some fragrance articles, some features in newspapers, magazines, wherever, and I like to share them with you guys. I like to keep them for myself, also for personal reference. And so today's one is from a UK-based newspaper called Metro, and it features an article on the house by Kilian and speaks to Kilian Hennessy. So this is the front cover. I'm not sure if you'll get all of that in the shot, but it's called The Art of Scent. It says here, Perfumier Kilian Hennessy on putting the charm back into fragrances. And obviously if you've seen the latest release from the house, this is the marketing or the image with the snake. I think it's called The Garden of Good and Evil. This is the article here. Headline is, "A great perfume is a great story." And so what I'm going to do is actually just read out most of the article here, because I think that's probably the best way of doing it. So it starts off by saying that dashing perfumier Kilian Hennessy is taking us back to the heyday of beautiful scents. So the article starts off, 5 years ago, Kilian Hennessy was dining at the Cristal Room in the Musée Baccarat in Paris when the Frenchman noticed the exhibition behind the restaurant. It was a century of perfume bottles by the world's most famous crystal house, which might be Lalique, I can't be 100% sure. And what happened next was an epiphany. Kilian says, "I had a shock because what we have been doing with perfume over the past 50 years compared to the level of luxury 100 years ago is a catastrophe. It's not the same product anymore. According to Rueful Hennessy, modern scents are a million miles from those produced during the great heyday of perfume. Using the thousands of essences at their disposal, perfumiers created fragrances to capture a mood, a moment, a spirit or sense." And he goes on to say, "Today the industry is in the hands of people who don't know anything about perfume. Everything, packaging, bottling, advertising, the name, the scent itself is the result of market studies and created at the same time. Shoppers contemplating shelves of department store fragrances this Christmas," and this article is about a month and a half old, "this Christmas with products endorsed by various celebrities, including anything by a Kardashian, should take note." On leaving the exhibition, Hennessy packed in his job developing fragrances for the likes of Armani, Christian Dior and Alexander McQueen, and set up his own line. By Kilian is now one of the most exciting perfume houses in the world. I suppose that's a statement which is up for the debate, but yeah, and he goes on to say, I was convinced we could go back to that level of luxury and emotion, but translate it in a very modern way. The whole ambition since the beginning has been to put perfumery back on its pedestal." The article now goes on with a bit of a tangent. It says, "Over the past few years, more and more perfumiers have pushed for a renaissance in fragrance, and in the way perfumes are perceived. 2 years ago, Harrods, which is a very high-end luxury store here in London, you may have been to it, or if you haven't been to it, you might have heard of it because they've done a collaboration with Bond Number 9. 2 years ago, Harrods hosted a glittering exhibition called the Perfume Diaries, which was curated by Roger Dove, who's the world's only professeur de parfum. The exhibition celebrated the past 100 years in perfume history, decade by decade, through some of the world's best fragrances. It was a seminal event, which I missed actually, celebrating great classics from Chanel No. 5 to Miss Dior, and setting each scent within its cultural landscape, such as when Jean Patou launched L'Heure Attendue, which means the awaited hour, days after World War II, and the moon landings being commemorated in Yves Saint Laurent's Rive Gauche. The article goes on to talk about a exhibition which was being held at the New York Museum of Art called The Art of Scent, 1889 to 2012, which was, I don't know if it was curated, but it says here the curator of olfactory art at the New York Museum of Arts and Design is Chandler Burr, and he says, "My goal is to transform the ways that people respond to scent artists and their art." Going back to Kilian, he goes on to say that I do believe that perfumery is as close as possible to an art form, because at the end it is about expressing emotion, and that is what art is all about. He talks through one of his favourite creations, Straight to Heaven, White Crystal, hits senses first with spicy Java nutmeg and rum absolute, before warming to a cedarwood accord and Indonesian patchouli oil, and ending with white musk, ambergris and vanilla. And it's also my scent of the day, actually. He says White Crystal is built on rum. It's a harder drug, which is why it's called Straight to Heaven. For me, this scent had to convey virility, so it's built on a typical masculine olfactive structure, not florals. It's a Latin Mediterranean type of masculinity, and one of the most vital ingredients to go into a successful scent is a sense of emotion. He says, a great perfume is a great story, long before it's a beautiful olfactory harmony. I could not imagine starting work with my perfumer without knowing the emotion the perfume should express. You could not imagine a movie director choosing his actors without seeing the script. Nice expression there. He says, I need my script, and for me, the script is the name I give to the collection, and each name conveys a very specific emotion. It is this specific emotion that I try to express within a scent. A really good article. I really enjoyed reading that, and I do like to keep these things actually, just to refer to them from time to time. And you know, whatever you think about by Kilian, I don't think you can deny that there's quality in this house. He has 3 collections, and some of them are better than others. I think that his first one, the L'Oeuvre Noir collection, there's some pretty special fragrances in there. I have Back to Black, and I'd probably like to wear maybe 2 or 3 more, and maybe one from the Oud collection actually. And I really hope actually that Kilian goes on to be a very long-lasting company, and a lot of the fragrances, I really hope that, let's say 50 years down the line, they're still being sold, and maybe turn into a kind of classic house. They've actually, in this article, just down here actually, they talk about the 4 most iconic perfumes. They've got Fougère Royale by Hubigant, released in 1882. Jicky by Guerlain, Chanel No. 5, and Angel by Thierry Mugler. Might as well read out a bit about this actually. Fougère Royale. So yeah, the first time synthetics were used in fragrance. It was created by Paul Parquet, but it's now been discontinued. I think it was reformulated actually. I think there's been a re-release. Jicky, which was created in 1889. It continued the art of mixing synthetic molecules alongside natural materials, and is still being sold today. Chanel No. 5, created in 1921. It says here, originally Gabrielle Chanel thought nobody would buy Chanel No. 5, so she gave it away to her customers as a gift. And you've got a very modern one here, still made a long time ago, Angel by Thierry Mugler in 1992, created by Olivier Cresp and Yves de Cris. They say it's a fresh, fruity oriental perfume centered around chocolate. So who knows, you know, maybe one day By Kilian fragrances will be considered a classic. What's your thoughts? What do you think about the By Kilian house now that they have 3 collections out? Do you think that this company has a future? Do you think their creations are very creative? Or are you not a fan? Or, you know, just let me know your thoughts. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you later.